risk management. Okay. Before that, I had covered lean and everything, types of securities. Okay. And today we are covering conventional loans, or you can call it home loan or retail loans also. Retail loans means all what it includes: all home loans, personal loans, then loan against shares, many. Okay. So these are all conventional loans or retail loans. The question can come in any name. It can come in conventional loans or it can come in retail loans also. So we'll be solving some objective questions on the same. Okay. So let's start. First one. The highest amount in the retail assets of banking system in India, okay, in India, comes from which of the following as per RBI data? First one only, googly, okay, difficult, bouncer you can call it. This is a bouncer ball for you. The highest amount in the retail assets means loans, retail loans you can call it. The highest amount in the retail loans of a banking system in India. See here, assets, loans, one and the same thing. We will use it interchangeably. The highest amount in the retail assets in the banking system in India comes from which of the following as per the RBI data? Credit card receivables, auto loans, consumer loans, and housing loans. So let's see how many of you can answer. Type in the comment section. I'll wait for 1 minute. Okay, everyone. Type in the comment section, everyone. Yes, the answer is RBI data. For this year, you have to read various circulars coming or various GRs coming from RBI. There is also IIBF Vision, Indian Institute of Banking Finance Vision. Those who have appeared for JIB, CIB, they'll know it. This gives very important information. So the answer over here is D, housing loans. Okay. The maximum revenue for in retail assets for the banks comes from home loans. Okay, that's why all the banks are now focusing on home loans. And of course, why shouldn't they? Because home loans are the safest loans as of now. Why safest loans? Because see, the reason behind this home loans is being the safest loan. The main reason is, what is the value of house? Let's say I'll take a house of, let's say, 50 lakhs. Okay. What is the amount of loan we give against that 50 lakhs house? Very important points are there. Do we give more than 50 lakhs or do we give less than 50 lakhs? Of course, we give less than 50 lakhs, isn't it? So, your house is of 50 lakhs, you're giving a loan of around 35 lakhs, let's say, or 40 lakhs. You can call 40 lakhs. And then what happens? The value of that house goes on increasing, whereas this loan amount goes on decreasing. So, your asset value goes on increasing, right? The asset which you hold, that will go on increasing, and that's why this loan becomes safer. And that's why all the banks are focusing on home loans, housing loans. Okay, correct? Because there are other things like look at this auto loans. In auto loans, if I buy the car, value of that car decreases. Whereas when I buy the house, the value of my house increases. Consumer durable and this credit card are totally different altogether. Okay. Which of the following constitutes the basic structure of retail banking as per the retail trends, recent trends? So this retail banking, in this retail bank today, every one of us is in branch banking. Branch banking is basically retail banking. So which of the following constitutes the means the basic trends right now? What all does every bank sell? One is retail assets only. Then retail assets and liability products. Only assets and liability means retail asset and liability products. Third, liability products and third party products. Third party means what? Type in the comment section. What are the third party products? Everyone. Type in the comment section. Because asset and liability, you know. Asset means what? Asset means loans and liability means deposit. Keep it very simple. Asset means loans, liability means deposit. And this third party products means this is related to everyone. It is related to all that which are non-banking products. For example, insurance, mutual funds, retail broking. Some banks demat also. Some banks are having their own demat. So that is not for them. So retail broking. Okay. So these are all third party products. There are others as well. There is a factoring product also, but don't go into that. For here you have to understand this concept. So it is retail, this insurance as well as this mutual fund. Keep it simple. And last one is what? Retail assets, retail liability products, and third party. So what will be the answer? A, only assets, only liability, asset and liability, only liability and third party, or all of them? What do you say? What do you sell in your bank? Tell me. What do you sell? You guys. What do you sell in your bank? All of you are selling insurance today, right? Everyone focusing on insurance, right? What is that? It is a third party. You have to cater to the retail loans also, home loan, personal loan if anybody comes. Then retail liability products also, deposit, saving, current, FD. So the answer is D. Correct? Answer is D over here. Got it? Next one. The standard retail products offered by the banks are. So which are the retail products, retail asset products you can call it. The standard retail asset products offered by the bank are home loans or housing loans, consumer durable, car loans, credit cards, and personal loans. What is it? Housing loans. Does your bank offer credit card? Does your bank offer credit card? Everyone? There are some banks which are not offering credit cards, right? As of now. So what does it mean? Should I exclude credit card from my portfolio? Is it housing loan? Is it consumer loan? What is consumer durable loan? Tell me everyone. What is consumer durable loan? Yes, consumer durable loan. It is giving the loan. This is the most important loan coming up. Okay, means it's the most happening thing now in banking. Consumer durable loan is small loans. Small loans related to buying the refrigerator, buying the television. Okay. Nowadays, even the refrigerators and televisions are of huge price, right? Televisions have gone to around 50, 45, 50,000. So that is also a huge amount. Okay. So consumer durable means white good loans. You can call it simple white goods. Okay. Then car loans, credit cards, personal loans, So what does the bank offer? Here, even though your bank might not be offering this, some of the banks might not be offering this consumer durable loan also. Some of the banks might not be offering this credit cards. But as per the retail portfolio, all of them are the loans which are offered by the bank. You might not be offering it, but other banks are offering it. Okay, so we are talking of general banking over here. Next one, bank adopts different process models for retail asset products, which include. So what are the process model? Process model means what? Processing. How do I do the loan processing? So these are centralized retail asset processing centers, centralized processing in some cases, regional processing centers, and standalone processing at the branches. Okay. So which is the one? Centralized retail asset processing centers. Then centralized processing centers. What is the difference between A and B? You'll see, sir, what is this? Same centralized retail asset and centralized processing means what? What's the difference? Do you know the difference between this A and B? Everyone? Yeah, is it A and what is the difference? See here, in some banks, in some nationalized banks also, and not in private banks. Private banks are generally all are having same processing center now. Some nationalized banks. What happens? The processing of loans, okay, processing of loans is centralized, but processing of deposits is still standalone. Now, what is standalone? Standalone means at the branch level. I'll process everything at the branch level. Okay, so I'll explain you what is A. A means what? In some banks, the centralized loans are processed centrally, assets, but deposits are processed at the branch level. In some banks, both loan and deposits, both are processed at the central level, or CPU you call it, CPU, Central Processing Unit. Okay, so all the loans and deposits are processed at the centralized level. Okay, third is regional. Some branches don't have a single processing center. What do they do? What do they do? What do you do in your bank? Tell me, everyone. Yeah, what do you do in your branch? Yeah, in your branch, what do you do? Do you follow this standalone processing or do you follow the central processing system? Type in the comment section. Just type standalone or central. Nowadays, all the banks are focusing on central processing units. Okay, so regional means what? It is same as central processing, but it is having four separate centers. Okay, regional, western region, eastern region, central region, and south region, something like that. Okay, so the banks will be having 4 to 5 processing centers all over India, and then in that, what will they do? This top part, north will be processing north zone, south zone, like that. Okay, simple logic is same. Got it? Standalone means what? Nothing doing. Process everything at the branch. Everything. So now the answer is what? Bank adopts which of the processing models? Banks adopt all of them. A to D all. Depending on what type of bank is and what is the type of your structure. Although I'll say majority of the banks are now on this central processing units. Majority of the banks, both assets and liabilities, both are processed at the central level nowadays. But majority, I don't say all. There are some banks which are still in the standalone processing. Many of the banks are there. Okay, smaller banks generally have seen this. Okay, next one. In retail asset product model, in the retail assets product model, where the retail loans are sourced by the branches and by the marketing team and processed at a single point, is known as, just now I gave you, standalone, regional, centralized processing, and any one of these. Now you will get confused. Now you will get confused between B and C. I'll definitely tell you. Because both are doing similar job. Regional processing is also doing what? North zone, north region, south region, east region, west region. So that is also doing the same thing. And centralized is also doing the same thing. But in centralized, the difference is all over India, the documents are sourced to a single point. Whereas in regional, all over the region, they are sourced to a single point in that region. So there will be various points over here. Okay. So what is this now? Buyers marketing team processed at a single point. Single point, when I say, it means there is only one processing center. When I say there is one processing center, it means I am talking of centralized processing. Okay, I am talking of centralized processing. Got it? So the answer is centralized processing. Got it, everyone? Next one. Where the banks follow a retail asset product processing at the branches without taking any assistance from the regional centers. This is called as taking at the branches immediately. At the branches, when I say, then immediate, the answer should be standalone, regional, centralized, or anyone. Simple. Just now I told you what is standalone. Standalone means processing at the branch level, isn't it? So the answer is this A. Remember. Now you'll ask me, what are the advantages? Why should a bank follow standalone, or why should a bank follow centralized? And which one is more profitable to the banks? See here, you all are in promotion, so you'll be going to the higher grades. So when you go to the higher grades, you must know the profitability of the bank. Always remember, centralized processing is always the most profitable center. for profitable unit for the bank. Always. Centralized processing model is the most profitable model for the banks. Standalone is always the most expensive model. Why? What are the reasons? Look at this. In standalone, what happens? Every branch has its own methodology. Although the formats are standard, the forms are standard, the criteria are standard, but every human being is different. North person staying in North India and person staying in South India will have different perspective on many of the things. So that's why there will be a variety or there will be a variance in processing of the loans for the at various levels. But whenever I am talking of centralized, let it be anything. There will be common feature and common processes, common guidelines. So those common guidelines will always be beneficial for the bank. And number two, number one is this variance. Number two is basic point in this. Number two becomes, what do you say? Economies of scale. Correct. Economies of scale. Very important point. In economies of scale means what? Here in each branch, let's say I'm in the branch and I'm processing loans. So how many loans will I process in the branch level? Hardly one, two per day. So maximum I say per day. In branches, they don't process even one or two loans per day. Okay, if every branch processes one loan per day, the banks will be in huge profits, right? But they don't do it. But let's say one loan per day, every branch. So every branch will have its own capability of processing it. It will have its own time scale as such. Whereas in CPU, whenever it's a central processing unit, how many loans are processed per day? 100. When I was in one of the foreign banks, we used to process almost 200 retail loans every day. 200. Imagine. 200. Some banks go to 500 also. So that is the economies of scale. So that in that case, what happens? Everything, you'll say, how will it work? Here, it's very simple in working. The documents are scanned by the bank branches and they directly reach the system of the CPU. And CPU processes based on the system only. They don't see the actual documents. They see just the scanned images of those documents. So there they come to know. That much is enough, isn't it? Okay. This is how the centralized and standalone processing centers work for retail loans. Okay. Next one. The level of centralized processing of retail asset products is lowest in respect of which of the following banks? Sad part, but this is true. A new private banks, old private banks, public sector banks, and foreign banks. Level of centralized processing. So, centralized processing model is the least in which of the banks? New private, old private, public sector, and foreign. It's a sad part, but it's still there. What is it? The answer is everyone. The answer is public sector banks. Okay, it is least as of now in all these public sector banks. Okay, whereas they should grow now. All our banks, all our nationalized banks. Okay, so all our nationalized banks should now focus on centralized model. Okay, so that we can give the tough fight to these new age private banks and these foreign banks. What are these new private banks and old private banks? What is the difference between these two? New private and old private. How many can give me the answer? New private and old private. See this, it's like this. New private means those banks came after the Narsimham Committee 1991 report. 1991 Narsimham Committee was set up and it gave the way for these private banks, new private banks. All these HDFC Bank, ICICI, Axis, then what, IndusInd Bank, all these are new private banks. Old private banks means those were existing earlier than 1991. For example, Karur Vaishya Bank, Federal Bank, Karnataka Bank, many of them are South Indian Bank. Those were existing before also. So these are old private and these HDFC, ICICI are new private banks. Okay. Next one. The level of centralized processing of retail assets is highest in respect of which of the following banks? Centralized processing is highest in which of the banks? New private, old private, public sector and foreign bank. Obviously, the answer is Foreign banking. Foreign bank, they don't do anything at the branch level. Anything except transaction processing. Transaction processing means that fund transfer, clearing, cash, that's only done at the branch level. Remaining everything, account opening, loans, processing, everything is done at the CPU level. Okay. Next one, the recovery process in retail loans. In retail loans through repossession of security. Okay. Repossession of security involves the following. So recovery process, when I am recovering my loan, okay, in retail assets. So what will it include? Repossession, valuation of the security, realization of the value, realization of the security through appropriate means, and all of the above. Now, what do you mean by this? Repossession means what? I'll take the possession of that property. Suppose the case is what? Somebody, I have given a loan to somebody, that person is not paying me, home loan, let's say. I have given a home loan, that person is not paying me the home loan back. Now EMIs are pending, NPA. So in that case, what will I do? I'll take the repossession, simple. Then I'll value that security. What is the right now the price of that house? Then realization of security means I'll try to sell that house. Okay. Now, can you tell me what can the bank do under SARFAESI Act? If the bank tomorrow takes the property, what can it do with that property? Can it only sell or can it give on rent also? Suppose if I am the bank, I have taken a home, somebody's home, I have taken it. Okay. Now this home is lying with me. So can I give it on rent as a bank? So under the SARFAESI Act, you are allowed to give it on rent. Leasing is allowed. Okay. So coming back to our question, realization means what? I'll try to sell that property. And whatever value I get, I'll recover my loan and remaining amount. Remember, remaining amount, I'll give it back to that customer. Isn't it? So the answer is what? All of the above. Isn't it? In repossession, I'll do all of the above. I'll do the repossession, valuation and selling of that asset. Next one. In case of retail loans, a process similar to securitization is carried. And what? Now securitization, similar to securitization, some process is carried. What is securitization? Securitization means basically, here, this is a part of your retail loans. Remember this. Okay. Securitization means what? Securitization is actually selling the loans. Standard assets. Here, securitization is applicable to both standard as well as NPAs also. Mainly securitization is done in standard assets and reconstruction is done in NPAs. Okay. So securitization, what happens? This bank will sell the loans. SBI is having, let's say, 1000 crore of personal loans or home loans. Let's say home loans, 1000 crore. So SBI will do what? Or PNB will do what? These banks will sell these loans to a SPV, special purpose vehicle. It's a separate company. So they'll sell the loan to the SPV and then that SPV will further sell it to further investors. It's a big process. Okay. Someday other I'll explain you when the topic comes. Okay. So now the question is, in case of retail loan, the process similar to securitization is carried and it's called as what? Mortgage-based securitization, collateralized securitization, collateralized debt obligation and collateralized borrowing and lending obligation. What is it called as? It is called as this, collateralized debt obligation. Okay, I'll give you the answer directly because this is not expected from any banker, branch banker to know this. Okay, yeah. Debt obligation, it's called as debt obligation. There are two parts, CLN and CBO. Okay, we'll study that later someday. In case of dynamic cover under the group life insurance for retail loans, the cover, now what is this? Group life insurance for retail loans. Loans means I'm covering the loan. We have this in home loan, remember? We have that home loan insurance. What is that home loan insurance? That is same as this. Suppose if I have taken a home loan of 20 lakhs, let's say. So this home loan, this insurance will be for this 20 lakhs. I'll have to pay a premium separately. So this home loan will be for 20 lakhs. Now if I go on paying this home loan and after let's say 5 years, my loan remains only 12 lakhs. So this insurance cover automatically reduces to 12 lakhs. Automatically, remember. And accordingly, the premium also reduces. Okay. So in case of dynamic cover under the group life insurance for retail loan, the cover is available for the amount of the limit sanctioned, available for the balance in the account, and is available to the value of the security in the loan, and none of the above. So what did I say? It depends on the loan, home loan. So the answer is this balance. Whatever is the balance, this insurance will reduce accordingly. If I have taken a home loan of 20 lakhs, this insurance will be for 20 lakhs. As I go on repaying that loan, and that loan remains, let's say, 14 lakhs. So this insurance cover will automatically reduce to 14 lakhs. Okay. So these were some of the important questions in bank promotion exams. I would suggest to clear these bank promotion exams, join our bank promotion batches. I'll show you how. See here. Go to Adda 24/7. Everyone say this. One sec. Go to Adda 24/7. On the, see here, I would always suggest you to go through the app. In the app, what happens? You get coin systems, and these coin systems give you around 1% extra. So go to Adda 24/7. Click on JIB and CIB. Look at this. Click on JIB and CIB. In that, you'll get this bank promotion. Say this bank promotion. JIB, CIB, Mahapacks, JIB, CIB. If you have not cleared your JIB, CIB, I will suggest strictly go for JIB, CIB also. Why? Because in every bank promotion, they ask for nowadays JIB and CIB. So do give this exam in any case. So for bank promotion, click on bank promotion. Okay. You'll see all this Mahapack plus this bank promotion exam. This is clerk to scale 1, and this is scale 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. So as per your requirement, click on this. I'll show you scale 1 to scale 2 and 2 to 3. Look at this. Click on this. Now you'll see this ebooks and 500 hours online live classes. So go for it. Click on this ebook. You'll see this in detail. See this Hindu newspaper based one-liners. So click on this. This is locked right now. Once you pay it, it becomes unlocked. Okay. So go for it. You get, see this, expert faculties, interactive classes, recorded videos, limited size batches. So you can call on this number. The number is only also flashed, displayed at the bottom now. Okay. Click on this 77 code OCT 77. So right now you are getting huge discounts. Okay, 77 code. Then click on continue. Fill in the details. If the code is not applied, kindly apply the code at your level also. Okay, many times this is already applied. See this OCT 77. So you can also apply a different code if you want. Now 77 is the maximum code. So apply the 77 code. Click on continue. Fill in your details, full name, phone number, email, etc. Okay, all these details, and just make the payment. That's it. You can join the Mahapack also. In Mahapack, you are getting multiple batches for the same subject, and similarly you can join. There also you are getting the discount, right? So I'll be back tomorrow with another session. Till then, keep studying and do join the batches ASAP. Okay.